Alright guys, welcome back to another Battlefront 2 video. Today we'll be talking a bit about how I think Battlefront 2 has the greatest comeback and one of the greatest comebacks in all video game history, if not the greatest. And also what else I would have liked to see in Battlefront 2. I mean, there's quite a few things, but like I'm talking about like the main few things. So yeah, I'll get into the video right now. Alright, so I'm sure many of you guys played Battlefront 2 back in 2017 when it came out, and or you at least seen videos about it, and you'll know it was a bad game. It had so many microtransactions. It was pay to win. Overall, not a very fun experience. People didn't really like it, so that's that. But Battlefront 2 really had a comeback. Like, really had a comeback. If you play the game now, you won't see. It's fun. It's engaging. It's addictive. It's crazy. It's a really fun game that I really recommend to a lot of people. Especially Star Wars fans. It has everything. Almost everything that we asked for. Almost everything. And I'll talk about that later. And then with the EA and DICE, they persisted with the game. It was bad from the beginning, but what did they do? They kept going with it, and that's good. They kept adding on to it, and this is a really big thank you to any of you. If you're watching and you played Battlefront 2 in 2017 and you kept playing it, that's a huge thanks to you, dude, because without you, the game that we have now would not have been possible. Battlefront, EA and DICE would have just given up on Battlefront 2, but they didn't, because there were still players playing it. And that's that. I mean, it just kind of, they kept adding updates that we wanted. They listened to the community. That was excellent. Not many companies actually do that. Not many games actually do that. Like Battlefield. I'll talk about Battlefield tomorrow. But you see what I'm saying? Like, they listened to what the community wanted. They added that into the game, and for the most part, everybody was happy. And they started getting more and more and more players, and that's how you know the game really became like more popular and everything. I don't like, it could definitely have been better. It definitely could have been if it didn't have the scuffed release and whatever. But in like the campaign, I mean, it really wasn't very like, it was, I guess it was fun, I guess, but the story wasn't very interesting. I mean, I would rather have seen an Empire campaign, but we didn't see that. But for the most part, the game is fun. They added stuff like, I really like Supremacy. Not many people do because of how long it is. I agree, it is really long and it can get really boring sometimes, but I really enjoy Supremacy. It's really fun. Co-op. I think co-op is such an underrated mode. I don't know. It just is. It's so fun. They did a good job with this. They really, I think maybe the Battlefront 2 wouldn't have received as much praise as it does now if it didn't have such a big comeback, because it really, I can't stress it. I know I've said this quite a few times now, but I really can't stress it enough how much of a comeback it was. You really can't stress it enough. It went from like microtransactions, nobody played it, scuffed release, everybody hated it, to something that most Star Wars fans really, really, really love. I mean, I know I do, and I know many people even made petitions to say that Battlefront 2 made petitions to try to make Battlefront 2 still have updates. Back in the day, I'm sure that would not have happened. People would have been like, yes, finally, Battlefront 3, let's go. But now it's just the amount of people who are so sad that Battlefront 2 is losing support is huge for a game that went from being just horrible. And again, I think one of the things that was really good was that they listened to the community. They didn't make it like super fan servicey, super fan servicey, but they made it a good balance. They added what the community wanted, and they added their own like dash of creativity to it. And not everything that the community wanted was added, like Ahsoka and stuff, and talk about that a bit more. But it really, really improved. I know I've said it that it's improved a lot, but you really can't stress enough how much it improved, because it really improved. I mean, and there's been backlash for the game. It's still fairly buggy and stuff, It still has some bugs and whatnot, but I'd rather have a good game with some bugs than and well, you see what I'm saying. Like, I'm fine with the bugs. It's not that bad. They added lovable heroes that we all wanted, like Anakin and Obi-Wan, and they kind of just like turned the whole. I feel like that was kind of when the game started turning around, like Geonosis and stuff. When that was added, when they began the Clone Wars content, I feel like that was when the game really started to turn around and have a comeback. Because and what the like infamous silence that happened when like Count Dooku was announced. That was really funny. I mean, the game's received backlash, and even now it still does, and I agree it's not a perfect game, but it's good, and it's fun. That's the main thing. I mean, I'm starting to start talking about like the backlash right now and what I would have liked to see. I mean, it doesn't have, I guess, like, I know a lot of people, including myself, would have liked to see the supremacy, but from like the original Battlefront 2, where like you can go ship-to-ship combat, then ground combat, then strategic combat. All of that was super interesting to watch and stuff. I would have really liked to see it, especially with, like, Battlefront 2's graphics and Battlefront 2's heroes and weapons and everything. That'd have been extremely interesting, but it never happened. I would really like to see that. I would have liked to see continued support for like the Starfighter thing, or whatever that game mode is called. I don't even remember at this point. I don't know if anybody cares about it. I mean, I know now the Starfighters game. There's gonna be a Starfighter game coming out. Video on that on probably Monday. So that's fine. I mean, and then I would also like to see Ahsoka. I know a lot of people would definitely would have liked to see Ahsoka. Ahsoka and Ventress, and Mando and stuff, and Padme and Mace Windu, and so many different characters. But they weren't added to the game, and I mean, maybe. I mean, I don't know. It's still fine. I mean, the bare minimum what I would like to see was Ahsoka and Ventress. But they were just classic characters that everybody loves. So, I'm sure a lot of people agree with me on this. I'm sure some people don't. I'm sure some people would rather see some other character. But those are the main two characters that I would have liked to see. Okay, now what I would also like to see is a battle royale mode. I know not many people actually really want this. I don't know if many people have actually brought this up, but like a battle royale, a Star Wars battle royale, that'd be like huge. I when Battlefield's battle royale Firestorm came out, that was horrible, but I'm talking like a good Star Wars battle royale with new weapons being added, actually fun content, an actually good twist on the game. Like, Star Wars, a battle royale that's Star Wars is already a good enough twist, but I'm talking like an even bigger twist, like adding something new, that'd have been really cool to see. I'm interested to see how that would have played out, but again, that was never added. I don't think many people wanted it either way, so. I mean, I know there's some people who still really dislike Battlefront 2. I know there's some people who didn't like Battlefront 2 when it really started turning around, like when Supremacy came out. I think when Supremacy came out, that was when it started, that was really the turning point. Or kind of during that time. I know some people who didn't play the game either. I know some people who still like Battlefront 1 over Battlefront 2. Although I don't. It's not a... Again, the point I'm trying to make is it's not a perfect game by far. It could have added Ahsoka, Ventress, more villain skins, even more hero skins. I would have loved to see, but mainly villain skins. They're like 5 villain skins or something. Well, not actually, but you know. And it's kind of weird. I'd have loved to see villain skins, like some Clone Wars skins, some Rebel skins. More Rogue One content, like Jin and Krennic, would have been epic to see. But they weren't added into the game. And at the end of the day, I'm happy with what we got. Because it's still a fun game that I love, and I'm sure a lot of you also do. It has fun moments. It has that you can have that video that where I played rock paper scissors with the guy. It has emotes which are pretty cool. Not gonna lie. It has lots of fun stuff, and overall it's a good game. I'd give it maybe like a 93 out of 100. 93 out of 100. But thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.